नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय
Hi friends, this is NJ, host on this channel. So we will continue our discussion around understanding different spreads which are being used by the tarot readers across the world. So the spread which we are going to discuss today is the horoscope spread. And before we'll start our discussion on understanding this topic, just a quick recap of all what we have studied so far. We have already discussed that tarot is basically used for doing a character analysis, to get a glimpse of the future, to get a solution to immediate confusion, and it also helps in doing meditation and scanning your energies of any evil or good influence. Now comes the question, why should you use a spread while going ahead with a reading? See, spread act as a preset pattern. It act as a protocol which give you this indication that how many cards you should use while answering the question of the querent, where each card goes and what would remain to be the meaning of that particular placement where that card has gone. It act as a template which gives you particular direction, act as a guidelines, and once you will make use of these spreads, so the meaning of the cards will come out so beautifully that you will get a quick insight of what exactly is the background of the person's question, where he is coming from, where he is right now, which all are the influences which is affecting him, and where he is heading in the immediate future. So that is the only reason all the tarot readers make use of different kind of spreads while doing a reading. So this spread which we are going to discuss today, the horoscope spread, before we'll start actually doing the reading on this particular concept, there are certain terminologies of the astrology which you guys need to be aware of, because if you are you have a little bit idea about the astrology, then you will not face any problem in grasping this concept. But if you are completely new to astrology, you have just gained knowledge and practicing tarot only, then you might face a little bit of the problem. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to just tell you little bit about what all the 12 houses of a typical astrological chart mean. Because in this reading, in understanding this spread, these different 12 houses are going to be a part of the whole discussion. So, beginning with the first house. The first house tells about the personality, the immediate surrounding environment. The second house tells about your finances. It also tells about your virtues along with your values. The third house, it tells about your neighborhood. It tells about your communication. It also tells about your short journeys along with phone calls, SMS, gossip. All of that we see from the third house. Fourth house tells about the vehicles. It tells about your family and the home environment. Next is the fifth house, which tells about the speculation. It tells about the investment. It also tells about the romance, love affairs, along with all kind of creative self-expression we see from the fifth house. Sixth house tells about your health. It tells about your service. It tells about your employees. It tells about your pets. All of that we see from the sixth house. Now comes the seventh house. Seventh house tells about your spouse, about your partnership, about open enemies. Also we see from the seventh house. Eighth house tells about all kind of death equivalent state, inheritance, legacy, sexuality, along with the in-laws. We see from the eighth house. Ninth house tells about your long distance travels. It also tells about your higher learnings, your faith, your luck, your father. All of that we see from the ninth house. 10th house tells about your state of your profession, your status, your public image. All of that we see from the 10th house. 11th house tells about your friend circle, social networking circle, all the part of the group setting you are part of. We see from the 11th house. And last is the 12th house, which tells about your secret enemies, prisons, hospitals, your deepest subconscious. We see from the 12th house. So why I explained to people the meaning of all these 12 houses. See, because let's say for example, someone has come to you. This person wants to know that he's about to join a new organization. What all would remain to be the situation which he'll find in his new organization. Someone wants to know, he just want to have an idea that how his next year will turn out to be. So And one more case, let's say for example someone wants to know that he is in a arranged marriage mode. He is on a lookout for a partner and he has recently run into someone, and this person who has come to you for a reading, he just wants to get the complete life analysis done of that person, that how his family life environment would be, how his interpersonal relationship with his neighborhood, how his career prospects are, what kind of friends he has, what is his faith towards the religion. So all of that can be answered by doing this tarot reading via this horoscope spread. Because there are different 12 houses, all what you need to do is that you will put a separate individual card on one particular house, and that card is going to reveal that particular aspect of the life of person. So this whole horoscope spread we are going to discuss at the place where I do my actual reading. So let me take you guys over there for a further better explanation. So people, now we will actually do a reading via horoscope spread. So let's say for example you are about to hire a new employee in your organization and you just want to have a clarity in his life. How can you get to know? So all what you need to do is that this is a pile of cards. The cards are properly charged, has been properly shuffled. So we will place the 12 cards on a proper 12 placements as being represented by a typical 12 houses of an astrological chart. So the first card is going to go over here, which will represent the first house of an astrological chart. So this card is going to reveal about the personality of that particular person. This card is going to represent the second house of a typical astrological chart and is going to tell about his attitude towards the finances, his assets. This card is going to go towards the third placement, the third position, and is going to tell about his attitude towards his communication, his neighborhood, and what kind of aura he kind of exudes in his neighborhood, in his vicinity. This is the fourth card, which is going to represent the typical fourth house of an astrological chart, and this card is going to reveal about his home environment. This card is going to represent the fifth house of a typical astrological chart, and this card is going to reveal about his romance, about his love affairs, about his luck in speculation, his creative self-expression. This is the sixth card, which is going to represent the typical sixth house of an astrological chart and is going to reveal about the health of this person. This is the seventh card, which is going to tell about let's say for example if this person is already in a relationship or married. So this is going to tell about his the nature of the spouse of this person. This card is going to represent the signification of a typical 8th house of an astrological chart. This card will tell about his luck in all kind of unearned money, inheritance, legacies, the psychic experiences. All of that we get to know from this card. This card will come on the 9th placement, 9th position, and is going to represent the typical 9th house of an astrological chart. This card is going to tell about his higher faith, his any kind of long distance travels, his attitude towards religion, his relationship with his father. This card is going to represent the typical 10th house of an astrological chart and is going to tell about his public image, his status, the kind of attitude which he carries at work. This card is going to represent the 11th house and is going to represent what kind of friend circle he has, what kind of part of group circle or the membership he is enjoying in his life. This card is going to represent his deepest subconscious, any kind of hidden threats or subconscious we see from this 12th card, which is going to represent the typical 12th house of an astrological chart, because this card also tells about imprisonment, the hospitals, all kind of seclusion we see from this card. And there is one more card which is going to come in the middle, which will be seen as a center card, which will just paint, which will just give an overall view of this whole personality of this individual. So now we will start looking at each card. So as the personality is concerned, see, one thing I want to clear right at the beginning only. The meaning of the card I can teach you, the rules, the protocol for the spreads I can teach you, but it is your own aura, it is your own spiritual elevation which will make the right card come at the right place. So you need to work on your own personality. So let's look at the first card. What kind of personality this person has? Okay, so 5 of wands on this place is going to tell about that this person is very competitive. He's not among those who will surrender easily. He knows to fight for the cause he believes in. About his attitude towards finances. So we have a 4 of pentacles over here, which is going to tell about that this person has got a very penny pinching nature. He's a hoarder. So let's say, for example, if you're considering this person for an accountant profile, for a financial profile, or for a distribution profile, so this is a very right move. This is a very wise decision, because this person knows how to handle the money, how to hoard the money. This is what we get to know from this. This person is not extravagant. About his dealings in the neighborhood. Oh my god, so we have a 6 of cups over here, which is a very positive sign, which just tells about that he remains lucky. He get all the support from his nearer and dearer people. The 4th house, the 4th position is, we have the Tower card, which is going to tell about the home environment. So we can expect that there is a kind of disruption at his home front. He doesn't come from a background where at his home there is peace, there is calmness. That might be a case that he's being raised by a single parent. About the 5th house, about his love affairs. Let's say, for example, at his love affairs, we have the High Priestess card, which is a sign which might give this hint that this person is in some kind of clandestine relationship. He might be in some kind of secretive relationship. That all we get to know from the High Priestess. And this also gives this hint that person might be playing the markets. He might have interest in the speculation as well, which he might be doing secretly. About his health front, so we have a Sun card, which is a very positive sign, which is going to give this hint that this person enjoys good vitality. He is not vulnerable on his health front. And there's one more sign, because this card also tells about the employers, about the employees, about the subordinates, all those people who work under you. So that might be a case that he will remain lucky in setting his terms in all the juniors who are working under him. About his spouse, if this person is married. Okay, so the 9 of Pentacles over here is going to give this hint if this person is married. He might be married to a rich partner. That might be a case that this person's wife has got a very fine and very discerning taste in life. About his luck in speculation. Okay, so we have a 6 of Pentacles, which is a very sure sign, because this card is in itself tells about some kind of help, some kind of legacy coming your way. And this card has fallen on the place of inheritance only. So that might be sure case that he might have remained lucky in near past in some kind of inheritance, some kind of earned money. When it comes to the 9th house, which is about the faith, which is about the luck, there we have the Hermit card. So that card is going to give this hint that this person is still on that lookout mode to find the gurus in his life, or that might be a case that the religion he is eyeing for, he might not have found the comfort in whichever form of religious belief he is holding. He might be waiting for the right set of people to come into his life, a guru to enter his life, or that might be a case he's still in the lookout for the divine wisdom in his life. Next is the state of his career, what kind of attitude he carries at his work front. So because there is a 2 of wands which is being present over here. So the first thing is, just because this person's personality in itself is very competitive, and along with that the presence of a 2 of wands over here at this place is just going to give this hint that this person is assertive, this person is very confident, and he is a very bold person, and this is how he's being looked at his work front. He's not among those who will get overwhelmed by the pressure. He knows how to take the bull by the horns. This is what we get to know from his work front, his professional life. When it comes to his friend circle, the 11th card, there we have a Star card, which is a very sure sign, which might give this hint that he enjoys and he rubs his shoulder with the very affluent people. He might be friends with people who are rich, who are very affluent, and he might be he might be enjoying the membership with the very elite clubs of the city, of the society. When it comes to the any kind of hidden threads, deepest subconscious, there we have the Moon card, so which is not a very good sign. There are 2 cards only in the pack of the tarot deck, which tells about the hidden influences, all those influences which are not good for you, which is the Moon card and the Devil card. So the mere presence of the Moon card over here on the placement or the position of the hidden danger, unknown threats, is a very sure sign that just because his competitive nature, just because his go-getterness, and just because the affluent friend circle, the social networking circle he holds, people are jealous of him. So this is all what we get to know about this person's life. Now when it comes to looking at the center card, so we have the Hierophant card over here, which is going to give this hint that this person is very disciplined, this person goes by the custom, this person goes by the rules. He has a very assertive and go-getter nature, but that doesn't make him a rebel, that doesn't make him rebellious. So this is all what we get to know from this horoscope spread. I hope you guys got this whole concept, and this video has proved to be informational for you people. For further more updates and notification on tarot, please subscribe my channel and like my Facebook page. Thanks.
चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपा